All right, Grant, pre-show shenanigans. It is football season. It is football season. It's
Football is
football
officially
country.
back.
It is football
Football
country
is
now, Grant.
officially back.
Yeah, no, football real back, real back. That was a true Ireland game, week 0, if I've ever seen one. We'll
That
get
was
into it. We'll get into it. That's not the point of the
that
pre-show.
was
We'll
as
get into it.
college football as it
But
gets
but
for week one. So,
but
okay,
week
yeah, go
0.
on.
But yeah, uh,
0. You're
Grant,
correct. Do
I
not
this is
catch me saying that shit ever again. That was week 0. It was week 0.
but but
Hey, if you're Avery
this
Johnson's
is
family, it technically
this
didn't
is one
count.
of
It technically did not count.
this is kind of a little bit in honor of Tulane. Tulane likes
Okay.
setting precedents. I think what the 10,880 meatballs I think was the count for this
I could quickly
fall
fact
camp
check,
was I
but
think it was
continue. I
10,000 meatballs.
believe you sent that to
Um,
the Water Boys somewhere in here.
so it might be somewhere in there. But Grant, today we're looking at the price of a 16-ounce beer at every NFL stadium.
16 ounce,
16-ounce
not
beer.
12, 16.
Not 16-ounce beer
Okay,
at
let's
every
hear it.
NFL stadium.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
I'm going to give you the highest price and the lowest price. And I want you to guess which team is each. And then I'm not going to get, you're just going to guess.
And it's just
and
NFL.
We'll NFL only. Highest priced beer, Grant.
LA Rams.
16-ounce beer. $16.49. You're paying $1 an ounce.
LA Rams is my guess for that. If we're are you taking team guesses?
I'm gonna give you. I'm also giving you the lowest option, and then I'll tell you the answer.
Okay, I'll make my selections. Tell me both prices.
So $16.49 highest price. Lowest is $6.80.
And now, is this the cheapest 16-ounce beer available?
Yes, this is 18. This is 16 ounces across the board. We're going just
so
across the board.
16.49 to 680.
680.
Okay, 16.49.
Basically, just think a $10 difference. Let's just think a $10.
So I'm gonna stay true. Rams at 1. Is that correct?
No, but now
right?
I can't give you both. You gotta you gotta guess both because then you're just gonna go through the team.
Okay, well, okay,
but the Rams is not the number 1 team.
Okay. I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna go other side. We're gonna go to cheapest. Bills Mafia cheapest.
No.
Packers cheapest.
No.
Okay, back to expensive. Raiders most expensive.
Second most expensive.
Okay,
$14.99 for the Raiders.
I think I may be onto something. Newer stadium.
Nope. Yeah, you're going the inverse direction.
There?
You're getting very cold.
No
you
correlation with
you are like locked
recency?
in the ice box right now. That's how freezing cold
with
that
the
take
Raiders.
Was.
Pick
with the thought, no, the Raiders are the second. With the thought of the newer stadiums, like, no, you are ice cold right now.
Okay, that's a big hint. Okay, I'm going to. Okay, I'm now thinking.
Think of shitty stadiums, Grant. Think of shitty stadiums
is there,
right now.
As the most expensive.
As the most expensive.
I was gonna guess inverse. Commanders right away, but Dan Snyder's no longer there. It is the Commanders. Still them. Okay, it's still them.
It's still them.
Okay, we may need like a decade to pass until we are in a true new ownership of the Washington.
I think maybe
team.
It has to be like they need to pay so much for renovations, they have to charge more for the beer.
Yeah, no, I can totally understand.
Also, Washington D.C. itself as a place,
I would understand that they upcharge there. I could totally.
It's the same thing with like Las Vegas. Also, like if you've seen the prices of how much alcohol costs in a club in Vegas, that makes sense that it's $15 for a 16-ounce beer.
Okay, let's do this cheapest though. Let's do this cheapest. Let's get this one. I'm gonna go Duval, Jacksonville Jaguars.
Nope.
Okay.
They are $10.24, Grant. $4 more.
The Jags.
The Jags.
Okay, so that's like median price in the NFL.
Packers were $10.50.
They were the median.
You guessed them.
Packers were the median.
Essentially, there's also a couple teams that overlap here. So I'll give you like one more guess, but like the first 2 teams are located in the same.
Can you just give me NFC, AFC? Oh wait, both the highest and least expensive are in the same.
No, the least expensive. No, the 2 bottom most expensive beers are located. The teams are located in the same state.
Okay, that's actually good. That's a good hit.
Both are AFC. That should really give it away.
Okay, so it's Browns or Bengals. I'm going to guess it is the Cincinnati Bengals. No, the Browns. Browns.
You should have gone with your intuition.
Wait,
It
is
is
the
the
Bengals?
Cincinnati Bengals have the cheapest beer at $6.80. Second cheapest is the Browns.
I gotta
cheapest,
raise a finger on this
third
one.
Cheapest, Grant. Detroit Lions at $7.20, followed by your Minnesota Vikings, $8.05.
I think we're noticing a Midwest football guy trend. Okay.
Yeah. Midwest, unless you're the Packers or the Bears. Bears are $11.25. $3 more.
I would imagine Bears are over average.
But I mean, you should know this though. I mean, you're talking about the Rams, 49ers, and Chargers, all $14 for a beer. Fourth highest priced beer. They're all tied there. Bucks then have the
cheaper
third
than
most.
Dodger Stadium. What the hell?
Maybe this might not be updated for this next season though. So I don't know.
Why are Dodger beers more expensive? Oh God. I just want to say I got to put a finger up though on the Bengals being the cheapest because as an Ohio State fan who consumes many Ohio State Browns Bengals tweets on Sundays by nature, they are always complaining about the Bengals front office, coaching staff, general manager, and the ownership. The number one thing is always we have awful owners, cheap owners. Shit, they just paid Trey Hendrickson today. It's August 25th. Cheap owners and all the shit, but they're the most homey owners when it comes to beer prices.
Well, let me ask you this:
Would you? I think we need to redirect some complaints. If you're a Bengals fans,
maybe would you be willing to move up each of these beers? I don't know, $4 so that you can pay your players.
We know the answer to that. Hell no. They're so bad that $4 would not improve the team enough.
I'm also looking at this, Grant. Tulane, $2 beers. The New Orleans Saints, $12 beers, $11.75.
Didn't we go over this? Tulane as the cheapest beer price in college football.
We claimed that. There apparently somebody claimed that they had like $1 beer, but I think that is some
nobody
BS.
has nobody
not
has
$1 beer.
Bullshit.
There's no way you got $1.
Nobody
I think $2 you got to have the cheapest beer.
Nobody has $1 beer.
Cheapest Miller Lights. Yeah. Cheapest Miller Lights.
Is Miller Lite the go-to light beer in Louisiana or New Orleans specifically?
No.
What is the go-to?
That's just the cheapest.
That's
like the nat. Yeah, it's just like the nat. It's the you're getting beer. That's the beer. I would kind of
prefer if stadiums just started selling natty lights. If we're just talking efficiency with college students, like.
Well, that's what the Miller Lights are for. So. Sorry, the Miller Hot. Yeah.
Yes. Miller is the substitute for that, but like
the High Life. Sorry, I meant the High Lives.
I'm just
the Miller High Lives, not the Miller Lights.
For example, Boston College should strictly sell Natty Ice in honor of.
I don't know if Boston College sells alcohol at the game.
I don't. But if they did, it should strictly be Natty Ice in honor of Natty Ice.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. There could be a marketing deal there.
Whichever team the Beers brothers are on, they should literally have every beer available in the United States on tap at those games.
On tap?
Every single beer you've ever heard of in your life, drank in America, will be on tap for the Rowdy and Rocky Beers football games. Yes.
What if they travel, though? Like any away game, or you
away stadiums by nature are also required to install this beer tap for that.
Just game. Only for this game.
Oh yeah,
only for this.
If the Beers brothers aren't playing in the game, that beer tap's not allowed to function.
It's only allowed to operate. Chick-fil-A. It's like the Chick-fil-A in the Falcon Stadium.
Yes,
it can only work for the Peach Bowl.
Yeah, no. But this time, instead of like any time the Falcons aren't playing a football game, it's available /Thursday night, Monday Night Football. It's now. These are only available if the Beers brothers are playing. And it could be either one. It doesn't need to be both brothers. We'll open up the rule at least somewhat to that. Fair? No?
I'm sorry. I just saw a video of RG3 and I'm going to send this to you.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, hey, Robert Griffin's kind of been making the rounds.
No, I need, just look at his hair. It's the haircut that's distracted me. It's the haircut. What do we call that? A lettuce cut? What is that?
It's
the Mahomes
just
cut.
like
It's like
he's trying to go to like the broccoli.
Nick Young. It's the Nick Young haircut from the. It's the Nick Young haircut.
Actually,
it's the Nick Young haircut.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
Yeah. No, actually, that is it. Yeah. No. That one was quite interesting. Yeah. No. Awful news. YouTube TV is now sending out emails.
Oh, you're breaking news right now.
YouTube TV is now sending out emails to subscribers, warning them over a potential Fox blackout on Saturday. That would, I mean,
there's what have you have to have the locals channel to be able to watch it?
No. Oh, YouTube TV is going to make it so they're blocking channel 11 on YouTube TV. You cannot access Fox, even your local that is not available if you have YouTube TV. You have direct TV to watch.
Okay.
On YouTube TV, they're going to blacklist Fox. Like last year, ESPN, all ESPN networks, I think that was ABC included because they were showing the game on there. You could not watch ESPN, ESPN2, ESPNU, ESPN3. You could not watch any ESPN programs for that blackout.
Yeah.
That's actually horrifying. I mean, that is horrifying. And it's shit, I hate to say, but Fox, they kind of know what they're doing. The only way to actually win this is if you threaten to pull that game.
Or you actually pull.
They're going ever. Yeah. It's going to be pulled. I'm not going to be able to watch Ohio State this weekend on Fox. So we're calling up our boys over at Stream East. They forced me into this. They forced me into this.
From the practice squad?
They forced me into this. I didn't choose this life. They forced me to choose this life, Everett. I don't want to Stream East it, but I will do what I must. I'm going to watch Ohio State play football. That is the guarantee. How I do
go to
it,
a bar. You just gotta go to a sports bar.
Yeah. Hey, also on the tables. But
I mean, you and I have disputed. You and I are in dispute about this, but I do think that one of the best ways to watch, especially college football, if you're not at a stadium, is at a sports bar.
I think it depends. Like for Ohio State games, I cannot watch that with any of my friends because I know if I watch it with friends, they are just trying to mess with me the whole time because they find it hilarious how much I give a shit. They're like, I know what their intent is if they want to, quote, watch the game with me. You don't want to watch the game with me. You want to watch me watch the game. That's why they want to watch with me. So no, I'm not letting them have that. You gotta come to the Waterboy pod if you want that content ever.
That kind of reaction.
If you want my reactions, you need to come to the podcast.
From us losing. Yeah.
I don't do this shit for free. Okay. Never do anything you're good at for free, folks. Remember that now. But without further ado, I think that's gonna do the pre-show. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to an extremely important episode of the Waterboy podcast. Today is episode 327, and college football week 1 is finally here. I would say this has felt like the longest off season.
Yeah, I think I said it the last.
You brought this up for a while. Times. I feel like you even were floating this around, like at the All-Star break, maybe even Joey Chestnut Day.
I'm pretty sure
you were floating it around, but it has been such a long off season. I blame a lot of it on the NFL rookie class and how Shedeur is getting the most attention, and Cam Ward is the least talked about first overall pick.
He is.
Yeah, I mean,
we'll get there. We'll get there.
I mean, dude, I have not seen people defending Shedeur. I've not seen people go to such lengths to defend a player in so long. I was going to say since Tebow, but I wasn't good. Whoa, mean. He had third string linemen out there. I mean, they wanted him to fail. It's like, dude, why do you think they're rolling out like Teller and Batonio in 2-minute drill at the end of the fourth last preseason
Also, if he was
good
enough to start with the first stringers, why would he not? Joe Flacco wasn't fucking playing those reps.
And to all them saying this, it's like for that last week. I have your answer.
Also, by the way, why? Go ahead.
Well, just whoever's playing the most in that last week, the quarterbacks, I believe Tyler Huntley was one of them. Like, the two quarterbacks are playing a majority of that last game. They're the two duking it out for like, if you're playing a lot that last preseason game, there's a 50% chance you're getting cut within 48 hours.
Yeah, here's
To
also
be playing in that last game, you're not a nailed active roster guy.
It also doesn't help your offensive line, regardless if it's fourth, third, first, second string.
Oh,
if
yeah,
you don't step up into the pocket, if you go 15 yards backwards, it is not going to end well.
Yeah, every issue that existed, Shedeur, like really issues you saw when he went from Jackson State to Colorado. I'll never forget. I think it was their very first game of the year. Colorado wins. I think on like kind of a crazy last second play. But I remember in a post-game interview, they're asking Shedeur, what is it like now playing Power 5 D1 ball compared to when you were at Jackson State? And Shedeur, he's never humble, always taught himself up. But this was like the one time I saw humbleness out of Shedeur in an interview. And he was like, I'll be honest, at this level, the D linemen get off blocks a lot quicker. I'll never forget. He said that quote and then went on to be like, but Shedeur time, whatever the hell he says after. But I remember he specifically brought up, I'll be honest, the D linemen at this level are significantly better. And I think that's a problem that has just existed since starting at Colorado. It's like a weird relationship where it's like he'll make one great play a game where he buys himself time, pulls a Caleb Williams, dances around, holds onto the ball, waiting for his guys to get open. Once a game, he'll make a hero crazy play doing that. But he also makes 5 plays that same game where he takes atrocious TFL sacks and kills a drive single-handedly. But that one effort, that one good play, that's in his mind. And that's all he can think about every time it happens. But yeah, it was just the issues with Shedeur was he's holding on to the ball too long. This is not going to be okay in the NFL. If you thought Power 5 was fast, get ready for your jump from college football to the NFL because it's significantly faster.
Do we want to start with college football or do we want to start with the NFL?
Well, we're already in on NFL, limbo. So we're already in
limbo. NFL, I mean, you were talking a little bit of Power 5.
Well, I was bringing it back a little bit. I these problems have existed during college football.
Yeah, no, they did. But okay, let's. There's a couple big news stories today to talk about. 2 big contract signings. Or extensions, I should say, which I didn't think one of them was going to happen, to be fair.
The Bengals one?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Let's start with the Terry one.
Okay.
So let's start with
I wish that I knew like more details of the contract because we don't really have like the details of the
it hasn't really came
right
out
now. But we do know he's got I think a $30 million signing bonus, and it's worth up to $96 million, which I believe the APY on that's like 32. That makes him, I think, like the 6th highest paid wide receiver. The thing that I learned though is DK Metcalf completely fucked like the entire.
No, yeah, I was looking. Line. I was like, wait, why is DK sitting there at 33
and that I think went really under the radar. Like, I don't think that we even addressed that.
No,
DK Metcalf is making $33 million a year, 33 APY.
Was it that is 33 and a half or just 33 flat?
No, it's 33 flat. That puts him at the 4th highest paid wide receiver in the NFL. That is wild.
That's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money.
A lot of money for DK.
Now, Terry making 32 at 30 years of age.
Yeah, Terry is now tied with AJ Business at 6.
Yeah, it is. Terry's a great wide receiver. Don't get me wrong. And I think that if this is the amount of money I would expect somebody to have given him if he was 2 years younger. If he was 28, 20, like if he wasn't 30, right? Just a 30-year-old wide receiver.
Already 30?
Like that. He is 30. That is just, he deserves it. And like, that's awesome for him.
I can't believe he's already 30. That makes me feel
for the rest of the wide receiver market though, going forward, it's going to be crazy. Like I already saw a post because Jacoby Myers requested a trade today.
Okay, that's where I wanted to go with this. But
I saw a guy from Spotrac say, "Hey, we're projecting his Next contract, we're projecting his value or whatever. 2 years, $60 million, Grant. $30 million a year for Jakobi Meyers. What
is it? Is
what?
it like? Yeah, no. Hey, a lot of questions there. I will just say this real quick.
Like, hey, that could. Hey, look, that one guy could be an outlier because that is absurd to me. If that's actually what like,
I'm just taking
going on behind the curtain a little bit with his value.
I'm looking at a couple of other just wide receiver contracts specifically, and some that are just kind of catching my eye. Michael Pittman on 23, 333 a year. Stephon Diggs at 21-2 per season.
But he's
Christian
coming off
Kirk
an ACL.
Still at 18.
Christian Kirk should remember a couple years ago when we all thought Christian Kirk ruined the wide receiver market.
Yeah, it wasn't him.
It was not him. It was not him.
No, it wasn't him.
Not him.
Yeah, but still honestly, just a holy shit type of contract for him. But
I mean, just looking at these like the top 10 contracts here, like I mean, even honestly, just outside the top 10 too, like Brandon Ayuk being at 30 mil a year, we'll see how he comes back, but he did not look like he was a 30 mil a year.
Okay, actually, let's stay on that.
Because also Jalen Waddle being in this list too. 28, 2.5.
Sorry, I just felt the Demi Gordon came out of my chest.
That's the noise penguins do make when they're
yeah. I will say I want to bring up Jakobi Meyers while we were just on the thought of Terry. So of all the wide receivers who have requested a trade in the past, let's say since COVID, I don't know what the deadline is, but of the recent wide receivers to request trades, I believe now that makes it every single one of them got a contract extension.
Yeah, with Terry now having done it,
I believe so. Every wide receiver.
Also classify very prominent wide receivers, prominent's not necessarily the right word because Jakobi Meyers doesn't really fall into the prominent, but just starting wide receivers, because I'm sure that there's other stuff that happens.
Yeah, but of those, that's like the big one. And
Deebo request a trade?
But he did get extended by the Niners before he just got traded to the
Commanders. I thought that he did request a trade. And
he did, but they extended
the second time. No, I know, but I think he also requested a trade, and then that also then afterward
I think it's been a mutual. I think it's been a mutual.
Maybe I don't. Yeah,
the honestly, past couple of years with Deebo have been awful.
Yeah, well, he's a bowling ball.
Yeah, no, they've been awful the past few years. So, but I don't necessarily like. This one may be different though, because for Ayuk, he requests a trade, and then 45 minutes later, the Raiders sign Amari Cooper. Now, I'm not saying Amari Cooper.
Wait, you mean Jakobi Meyers requested a trade and then just signed Amari Cooper? Brandon Ayuk did not request a trade. And then
no, Jakobi Meyers.
I know you said Brandon Ayuk.
Oh, sorry. Jakobi Meyers just requested a trade, but then the Raiders literally signed Amari Cooper like 45 minutes after.
Yeah.
So that one, they actually trade him.
He's also not in the same realm as those other wide receivers.
Not even remotely close.
Well,
but I think a
30 million years.
But I think a fun team. Now I'm thinking about it, and there's a very good chance this just crept into my mind because of Amari Cooper. But I think Jakobi Meyers would be pretty damn good on the Buffalo Bills.
Grant, you want to know what my take was?
What do you think?
What if he gets sent home, Grant? If he goes back to
where is home for him? New England.
He was drafted by New England. For sure.
That could really work.
Like other teams, I'm just saying that Browns could use wide receiver. God, the Raiders can't do that to him though.
You would be sending him there to die.
Cardinals,
like the Giants did to Odell.
Cardinals could use wide receiver too. Michael Wilson's currently the wide receiver too, so they're on that list.
I like my one concern though is Ayuk and Marv, neither are burners. McBride's not we need a burner in that Arizona.
Myers is pretty quick though. Like he's
But
fast.
I want burn Everett.
You're not getting Will Fuller.
No, yeah, we're not going to get a burn. I want that though.
But like other teams, just generally, like the Chiefs are always looking for a wide receiver.
Yeah.
The
I would imagine Raiders don't give
Titans,
the
I'm
Chiefs
guessing, are probably similar in that boat. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it depends. I don't know what
I think Titans actually
their GM's new. Their GM is new, so I don't know what his philosophy is.
Let's go back to the Titans. I kind of love that for like Cam Ward. Like
the Jets are also another wide receiver.
Of course, they're always on the market for
and Steelers,
football players, all positions.
Steelers need a wide receiver too.
Yeah. Chargers need one, but I mean, the Raiders aren't going to trade us. So
but you guys just drafted Trey Harris and signed Keenan Allen, and you have Quentin Johnston.
Quentin Johnston, the only player on the team that stays healthy. Of course. Oh, God. Yeah, no, I just realized this year, NFL, it's like, yeah, hey, I'm gonna put a lot of focus in Ohio State this year because we have a football season. The Chargers don't have a season. I'm just like our season already
this is
ended.
This is not something that I see happening in any world. But what if? Just thinking of that 30 mil APY. What if the Raiders and the Dolphins do a little player swap here, and the Raiders get Jalen Waddle?
How would this go exactly? Like Waddle for Myers and
like a 4th round pick, probably would be like the price.
As the Chargers fan in the room, please, Raiders, do not do that. Please do not do that. Do not acquire Jalen Waddle. I heard he's an awful teammate. I heard he's a last one in, first one out type of guy. And I actually heard he runs like a 4.6. It's not a 4.28. It's like a 4.6.
But I will say though, 28.25 though for Jalen Waddle is like, it's a lot.
Dude, I would hammer that immediately. I think they'd have to give more than.
I
know Waddle's kind of been on the downturn recently.
I just think that's an expensive contract for Waddle. That's what I'm
saying. Yeah, no, I'm thinking in baseball terms too. I'm thinking, hey, to get rid of a big contract, like, hey, this is a headache for your salary cap to just take on this player. So like, I'm considering that. But despite that, I still think they need to give up more than a 5th.
Well, I think the problem is the downturn on Jalen Waddle's like production and injury, and the fact that the Dolphins, like their cap space right now, like let's see what their cap space is.
Yeah, maybe Dolphins, you can kind of leverage the Dolphins.
They're lower, and also like they're a team that probably is in a position that they might want to start rebuilding. Like Mike McDaniel might fired. So
yeah, they are.
Like that's something that could make sense for both sides. And like the Raiders, I think, have the money to do that. They do need a wide receiver, and it might be a good little change of pace there.
No, I'll say that would work too well with that offense. Like the horrifying thought as the Chargers fan is the Raiders getting a burner who's a good football player. That's the biggest concern. If they have a burner to stretch the field, you let Bowers and Genty do all this underneath bullshit. They need somebody to stretch the field and make teams worry about something.
Yeah.
Over 15-yard passes. I mean, they need to worry about.
Jack Bech is not that.
No, not a burner. Like we need burners there. For me to truly be horrified of what that offense would be, they need a burner at wide receiver. And like, I'm not talking to JMO, who's literally just there to run posts and fucking streaks. Like I mean a burner who's a good football player like Neighbors. Now those don't come very often, thank God. So it'll be hard for the Raiders to get. But that's the only way I'll be scared of that. If they get a burner receiver.
You want to know what would your actual worst nightmare might be, Grant?
What?
2 years from now, the Las Vegas Raiders draft Jeremiah Smith. They put him with Brock Bowers.
That'd be pretty scary. Horrifying. I think Ryan Williams might be scarier on that team because Bowers is doing all this underneath. I don't know. I think Ryan Williams might be scarier with Bowers.
Well, the greater point is just one of those two wide receivers being on that team.
No, yeah. Either's horrifying. Don't get me wrong. Both is shit. But
yeah. They will need to figure out their quarterback situation though. So that's the biggest kind of
yeah. I mean, this could be our transition to college football.
I mean, we only talked about Terry. We haven't talked about anything else.
Just as you brought up Raiders quarterback, I was saying, so Arch to Vegas 2026. Brady drafting
I think
Manning.
He's still in the Rams. I think he's still in the Rams.
It's just for the Rams to get that first pick.
It's still NFL based. It's still NFL based.
But for the Rams to get the first pick, it's a complete opposite in the FM pick strategy that they've been employing.
That's kind of what they were doing, but then after that Super Bowl, they've now started acquiring picks.
Well, I think that very first year when they moved the team to LA, I personally believe Kroenke was like, we need to get hype, trade for we need to have LA
they traded for what? Aqib Talib and Marcus Peters, and then they traded for
them too, but I'm thinking Goff, like they gave up a lot to go get Goff.
Get Stafford, yeah. Get Goff. Yeah. Well, Goff was in St. Louis for a year before they went to LA.
Was he?
No.
I don't think so. Maybe I don't think so. I'm pretty positive. Like I remember when the Rams
moved to LA. They moved in 2016. Rams draft off.
It says on his career history, LA
Goff
Rams
in the 2016 draft.
It says LA Rams.
Hold on. Did Jared?
This Goff one I'm positive he never played for the St. Louis Rams.
No, you're right.
Because I know it was the first year.
They moved the exact same year.
Jared Goff. I remember because Jared Goff's rookie year, that was their first year in LA. I remember that.
I'm thinking of those uniforms. Jared Goff did play in the retro.
They played in the same, but
which is why I was thinking that because then they immediately changed it next year.
But the greatest NFL football game ever, that Rams Chiefs game, that was like 54-51. Yeah. Remember Color Rush game? Remember that? But second, that game was played in the LA Coliseum. And I know for certain it was because my brother went to that game on a Monday night.
In Mexico. Why the fuck did I think the game was in Mexico?
That's this year. Chargers Chiefs week 1, Mexico, week 1.
No. I thought that the Rams Chiefs game was played in Mexico.
Not that one. I know that was at the Collie because my brother randomly was at USC at the time and went to that game. That was like the only Rams football game my brother went to when they played at the Coliseum. And it happened to be the greatest football game ever.
Maybe there's another Chiefs game that year that was like a good game that was played in Mexico.
Chiefs are always playing around. So
I thought there was a game played in Mexico City that season.
But anyway, back to Arch. The Rams could do that Goff thing all over again. It'd be 2026. It'd quite literally be a decade after they did it. So just on that storyline,
well, and they also have.
I'm in on Rams Arch
first round picks. Like they have capital.
Okay, yeah, like this shit. I don't remember this shit. That changes things. I'm just thinking of it was probably gonna be really shit. Shit, I never even thought about this. If the Giants had the first pick and Arch is in the draft.
I don't know. They just tied themselves with Jackson Dart, but yes,
I'm aware.
Objectively speaking, the Saints is the. I mean,
I think Big Arch would pull a big. I think Manning. Cooper Manning would pull what his father did with Eli.
I don't think so Saints because they're from New Orleans.
No, well, I think that helps, but I think
ironically, I think the Saints are the one team. They're the one team. If they have the first pick, there's zero complaints.
They're going. Manning's going there. They're signing up for New Orleans.
They're probably going to talk to the owners and be like, "Hey, we're fucking getting in here and we're fixing this."
Didn't Big Arch play for the Saints too?
Yeah, that's why they're from New Orleans. Like Peyton and Eli are from New Orleans. Like so is Cooper, so is Arch. Like they're all.
I'm googling Big Arch Manning. It better be the grandfather that pops up right away and not Arch Manning. It better be.
Big Arch Manning.
Arch Manning popped up first before his
Archie Manning, but yeah.
Shit, I always get those mixed up. He's Archie Manning. I got to stop the Big Arch.
Yeah.
He's never referred to as Big Arch. Big Arch, last team he ever played for. You know who?
Was the Vikings?
Vikings.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the NFL 2026 Waterboy mock draft.
Yeah, I was going to say this. We still haven't talked about Trey Hendrickson.
Trey Hendrickson gets his bag. Needed. The Bengals defense is already going to be atrocious. Without Trey Hendrickson, it is truly atrocious. So this puts them from the 32nd best defense in the NFL to the 30th best defense in the NFL. So good job.
You know what? That's a pretty big leap.
Those two spots. Those two spots could be the difference between 5 and 12 and 7 and 9.
Could. And as a Chargers fan, you do really know how much last place in a part of the team can affect your team. 32nd in special teams, that can even do you in. So
hey, it's not exactly a third of the game, but special teams matters, folks. Okay, it's not exactly a third of the game, but it is still there.
Yeah, it's like a 25, not a 33.3. It's like a 25%.
By nature, it's 25% fourth down you kick, like fourth down, like by nature 25%.
Maybe you say 20%, 45% defense, 45% offense, 20% special teams.
But I'm not considering kickoff PAT. That's 2 added special team plays.
Yeah, true.
I didn't quite think.
Hey,
about that.
I mean,
it could be 33.
If you're the Jaguars,
it really could be.
If you're the Jaguars, your kicker can kick 70 yards. I mean, it might be more. You don't even get to half field, and you can kick a field goal.
A field goal attempt is a special team play. A PAT attempt, special team play. Punt, PAT play. Kickoff, PAT play. Just any. Primarily, if a kicker is involved, that counts as special team play.
Yeah.
Whether it was on a fourth down,
just if there's a long snapper somewhere on the field, that counts. And then, well, a kicker, I guess, a punter.
Kickoff, technically, long snappers not on the field. There's a kicker on the field for all special teams players.
Well, punter. I mean, if you refer to a punter as
somebody is kicking,
a human being kicking a ball
involved with a foot to ball motion.
Foot to ball contact
is on the field for special teams.
A footy, yeah, footy contact.
A footer. A foot guy. That came out wrong.
All right, Rex Ryan, get out of here.
Next top.
I got some Viking stuff that I have. The last thing that I have really is a NFC East thing that I think you can think where I'm going.
A little beast happen.
But Grant, the Vikings traded Sam Howell yesterday, I believe, maybe 2 days ago when this is coming out. It's August 24th to the Eagles. They traded Sam Howell and a 6th-round pick for a 5th-round pick and a 7th. The Vikings then went and signed Carson Wentz to be their QB2, which honestly I'm cool with because I think
you're pretty down for that.
I like having the veteran. Like Sam Howell, I think is in his 4th year. Carson Wentz been around the block, and also
Wentz is done with his whole hate on him for taking my job shit. That's in the past. All right.
Here's the bigger thing too.
I don't know if you want JJ McCarthy to be going to Wentz for help. You might be better off not having that relationship, but
I mean, just think about the 2017 season. If I can get that brain from 2017 Wentz, just not the I hate what he took my job Wentz.
I think we're done.
I'm on my MVP run Wentz brain, thinking through the plays.
Just for that, actually,
just for JJ because
that was Wentz's first year as a starter. Wentz could answer a lot of questions.
I don't think that was his first year as the starter, but
I swear that was
pretty sure he started before that.
I'll check.
He was the same draft. He would have been his 2nd year. It was the same draft. He was the same draft as Jared Goff. So wouldn't have been the 2017 season. But I'm pretty sure he started all of 2016 as well because Sam Bradford got traded to the Vikings that year. And that's when they made room for Carson Wentz to start. But if we get that brain, Carson Wentz, I'm cool because
we're still a young Carson Wentz.
They play very similar
in the NFL yet.
But the bigger thing, Grant, is Max Brosmer, the Minnesota Golden Gophers quarterback, UDFA pickup by Kwesi. He had a better preseason rating for a quarterback than Caleb Williams did, Grant. Max Brosmer is the QB2 of the future.
I'm just saying the name Brosmer. You got a long NFL career as a backup with that last name, Brosmer.
He looks really, really good in the preseason. Like that is a preseason guy right there.
Is this your Tanner McKee for Philly fans? You know how Philly fans rave over their third string quarterback?
This is like you brought Kyle Sloter back almost, but like instead of Kyle Sloter's the running guy. Max Brosmer is I'm just gonna dink that ball right in the just let me place that thing right in your lap.
Plop it in the bread basket.
Yeah, right. Just look up Max Brosmer highlights for the preseason real quick. Like, I just want you to watch like a play or two.
I'll try my best without my.
You might need to do that on your phone. You might need to do that on your phone. That's a phone poll.
Yeah, keep talking about him though while I.
But that's the QB2 of the future, and he's basically like I think it's known right now from Carson Wentz. They're like, all right, Carson, you're gonna come in. If you need to play, you'll play. But like Max is taking your job by the end of the year. All right. Like, so you're going to help JJ. And then I want you to instill everything that you got into Max. Okay. And then Max is going to be our QB2 going forward. Because that guy, he was so good. Like he was like, I'll
take your word.
I was very surprised.
I'm trying to find stuff. It just shows me like random articles.
But him and Elijah, I think what's his name, Elijah Wilson, Elijah Williams, something like that. Defensive tackle. That guy was also the other side of the ball. That was the preseason guy on that side of the ball. Max Brosmer is the other side. So we'll see.
Let's hope Max Brosmer doesn't play this year. Am I right?
That would not be ideal. That would not be ideal.
Let's hope we do not hear about him again all season.
Brady. But the last thing I have for the NFL segment here, Grant, is every year, Grant, since 2015, there has been a new winner, a new division winner in the NFC Beast. Last year was the Eagles. I mean, it's been going since 2015. It's a yearly. It's yearly renewed.
This has been going on for a while. Yeah.
Yeah. The Giants have not won though.
Oh yeah, no, they're not.
They haven't won a single time here.
So I think the easy answer is saying Washington. I mean, that's like the easy one.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Last time Washington won the division,
bailout answer.
2020. Yeah, I believe last time they won the
division. I'm ready to go on
Alex Smith return year. I mean, it's the Cowboys or Washington. I am confidently saying Washington wins it this year.
I'm going to go out on a limb.
Okay, where are we going with this?
I'm going to say we're going to do the impossible this season.
Oh, God. The Giants are winning the NFC East?
The Philadelphia Eagles are going back-to-back in the NFC Beast. Quite literally the most impossible thing that you could do.
No, the Giants winning the NFC East are... The Giants winning the NFC East is much more difficult. It's much more impossible. No, you want to know the most difficult thing to ever do? No, the most difficult thing to do in the NFL is the Browns winning the Super Bowl, Grant. So
that is an impossible
this year. This season.
That is an impossible task. Any season, any time, any place. Will never happen. Will never happen. Will never happen. Will never happen. Some things you do know for certain. The Browns will never win a Super Bowl. That's never going to happen.
You didn't have to do Brown fans like that, Grant.
Oh, they do it to themselves. I read it every Sunday.
I mean, yeah, you are.
I don't have a choice. I have.
You are a Browns fan by.
Dude, I know more about the Cleveland Browns than so many different sport fandoms. I know too much about the Cleveland Browns. It makes me disgusted. I don't want to read all this shit every Sunday. My Ohio State Twitter feed goes from lit to just, oh God, another Sunday of this bullshit. Snap of fingers.
If only you were in there when it was DeShone Kizer season. That I want to be a fly on the wall for.
Dude, Hugh Jackson, bro. I mean, he's
this is a great transition. He's now the OC for Georgia Southern.
Goodness gracious. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, a lot of interesting things going on here. I would say, I think he used to be a Colorado position coach with Dion. I could be wrong, but I think he was. I think he was. I was just reading though, like Marshall Faulk's the running back coach at Colorado. Yeah. It's just like,
okay.
Marshall Faulk clearly owes Dion something. Something happened in their NFL careers where Marshall Faulk owed Deion, and that's
he lost a bet and he's calling his shit right now.
There is something that Marshall Faulk owes to Deion in their past life, and he's honoring that now as his running back coach. Because it's just like, dude, Marshall Faulk is so above the Colorado running back coach.
Yeah, that's just objectively funny.
Yeah. But I think that's good. Do NFL Summit next week should be a lot more fun. NFL week one next week. Yeah. But college football week 1 is finally here. I think we got to start off strong. Biggest game of the week. Ohio State, Texas, Ohio State in the shoe. A 12 p.m. noon kickoff on the East Coast. It is the first college football game of the day. Naturally, shout out the networks. We love Fox over here. But we brought it up earlier. YouTube TV is already Fox is already threatening to YouTube TV to pull the Fox game, which means it will be pulled. And if you have YouTube TV, you will not be able to watch Texas Ohio State live. That I'm going to announce that now. Okay, I'm going to go on record now and say if you have YouTube TV, you will be typing in streameast.co in your web browser for that game. You will be. But enough about the mediums of watching the game. It's football season. It's time to talk about football. It's been a long time, so let's talk about ball. I have a feeling that this get ugly for either way early. And I have a feeling we'll know how this game is going to play out by the end of the first. Maybe after the first 2 drives of each team. There's a chance we already know. But I think anything is on the table. Close win either side or blowout either side. Everything is on the table, but I would say the one thing that isn't really on the table would be an Ohio State blowout of Texas. I would say that isn't on the table. Texas could blow out Ohio State. I don't think Ohio State
could win the most points Ohio State could win by. 10.
10. Like, here, this is the thing. Like, I would imagine if it's a close game, then it's pretty low scoring. I'd imagine a 21-17, like a classic plain nothing crazy score, a 21-17, a 20-17, a 24-20. I'd imagine a plain average score if it was tight. I don't think it'll be a shootout close game. I don't see this game being 45-38, anything like I just don't think they could this early in the season. They're just not there yet with new quarterbacks too. And both these defenses, these are arguably the 2 best defenses in the country. It would if these offenses are putting up numbers, that's sending red flags to me for the defense. Like, oh shit, this is not gonna be a fun year. Like I expect it to be.
You got Matt Patricia.
Yeah, we'll get into that in a second. I will not be disclosing some images I have featuring Matt Patricia. But this game, I expect it to be close, low scoring, college football low scoring, 24-20 ish type thing. But like the big question marks around this game is both teams replacing multiple starters from the playoff semifinal last year. A lot of new faces. I believe Ohio State and Texas rank 82nd and 84th in the country in returning production. So they are under the median when it comes to returning production. However, Ohio State and Texas reloading and replacing starters, it's not the same for them as it is at other places. When Texas, Ohio State, Alabama, Georgia, when they replace starters, there's another 5-star, 4-star
waiting the wings.
Yep. And for the many analysts who are fortunate enough to attend camp practices like in August, for those lucky analysts, they will say they are asking a player personnel staffer and they are only asking about backups. They already know all the starters, but
Sorry,
they're just asking.
did you just hear some cymbals crashing through my backyard?
No, I thought my mic just cut for a second.
No,
That
no,
was a
no,
mini
no. I
heart
just
attack
heard
you
that
just
there's,
gave me.
I mean, just for general population of listeners, there's a family that lives next to me, and their backyard is butted up against my like windows, and they have a lot of kids that are young, and one of them is out there with crash cymbals right now, going like throwing.
Hey, I guess it's band season. I guess it is.
I'm
it
gonna.
is middle school band season. Ooh, that's like actually the worst. That's actually the worst. Being a next door neighbor to a family or a kid just who's in 5th grade trumpet. Oh, hell no. Specifically trumpet. Oh, hell no. Hell no. We can't be doing this shit.
Yeah, I'll give you guys an update. There will be a future. It will be a future show.
You should be able to like file
it's called a nuisance claim.
Yeah, audio nuisance claims. Noise complaints. You should be able to with that.
It's a nuisance claim.
Yeah. Because it quite literally, that's the only thing it is. It's a nuisance. Nobody wants, not even their music teacher wants to hear a 5th grader play trumpet. That hurts their ears. It angers them listening to their 5th graders.
I took us off track. I'll update us. I'll update us in a future pre-show.
But both teams are replacing multiple starters, which has a lot of uncertainty. Both sides on shit. Both teams, both sides of the ball. A lot of new faces all over the place, which should just cause a lot of uncertainty and questions. But both teams do return a couple of big bright spots on the team. So both sides, they got a couple of key returning players. On Ohio State, everybody knows Jeremiah and Caleb Downs, who are probably the 2 best players in the country. And they both are on Ohio State. My one thought is last year, if you look up shit, you could even box score watchers, you're allowed to participate. You look up Jeremiah Smith box score last year. There was one game Jeremiah had where he had under 10 yards and under 2 catch. He had 1 catch for like 7 yards. That was against Texas. Now, also Texas.
Was Jahdae Barron guarding him?
Well, they had 3 guys on Jeremiah the whole game, which
that would do it.
Is a strategy. It's a strategy. Don't get me wrong, but that may also be the correct strategy here. It may be the correct strategy again to triple team every play. And you are daring Ohio State. Let's see how good Saiyan to Carnell Tate is. Let's see how good Saiyan to Ennis is. Let me see these other matchups and how good those truly are. If I were Texas, that's what I'm doing that opening drive. I am loading the shit out. I'm daring Julian Saiyan throw the ball. That's what I'm doing opening drive. I'm Texas. Throw the ball. Let's see what you got. Stuff the shit out of that box. 8 dudes in the
just
box.
RPO that bitch.
Well, like also, I'd be completely comfortable if you're Texas, just making them live in RPOs early on because Sand will mess up eventually. He will mess up. He will. His first time starter. Like he'll screw up some decisions, and you just need to capitalize on those.
Yeah,
that's my concern as an Ohio State fan. Is I imagine them to be at minimum. They're bracketing Jeremiah those first couple drives. I would expect them to triple team him a healthy amount, those opening drives. And we're going to see what this passing game is made out of. Saiyan to Tate, Saiyan to Ennis, and Claire. That's the other big thing this year. Max Claire, tight end. I'm not lying when I say, I think I texted to you this to you, Everett. But a lot of my knowledge on college football specifically is based around Ohio State. A lot of times when I'm looking at Ohio State players, I am stacking them up against former Ohio State players because I seen it and I know what dominant Ohio State play looks like in bunches at times. One thing though that I've never seen Ohio State do is have an elite tight end. I do not know what that looks like. I have never seen Ohio State have an elite receiving tight end. So I don't know what that looks like. I won't really be able to accurately assess how good Max Claire is or how dominant he is because I've never seen it before. But from what I've been hearing all out of camp is that Saiyan loves Claire, and I expect him to be kind of that safety valve option. Like it's not like every third down you're throwing him the ball. Like You're
Right.
throwing it to Jeremiah. But you're second in mediums. You send the 3 wide receivers out on the dirty route combos, and then you just have Max Clare on that little 8-yard button. You're sitting there, middle of the field, and he's just give me the safety valve all season. And like, that's what I'm thinking. Once again, I've never seen an elite tight end at Ohio State, so I don't know what actually is going to happen. I don't know. It could be anything. But Max Clare, I'm very excited for, and the help he can give Saiyan right away, first year starter, having a big body tight end, a guy that can get some possession catches in tight coverage, will be able to make catches in tight windows. Like I think that will be very good for Julian Saiyan, having a trusted big body receiver just in the middle of the field for him. But I was bringing this up to you over text. I'll say it for the pod, but my biggest concern for Ohio State is the new coordinators. We'll start off with Matt Patricia.
First-time jobs for college.
Matt Patricia, it is his first time calling plays for a college football team. I'll quickly look it up again, but I believe Matt Patricia got hired to New England very young in his coaching career, and I do not know how much time he has spent in college. I will quickly check. Okay. He has technically never served as a position coach in college. He was a Syracuse GA from 01 to 03, got hired to the Patriots 2004. So he's never done anything. Well, he was the D-line coach of Amherst for 1999 for a year. We're not counting that. This is the first time calling plays for a college team for Matt Patricia. This is the first time where he's like just had a major role in general in college football. And like, yeah, NFL experience, like he called plays for the Patriots for a while, I'm aware. But it's just different. College is not the NFL. It's not the same thing. When you're calling the New England defense, Dante Hightower will never F up the call, okay? Sonny Styles might. He might, Everett. So, like, that's just, and like, that's just another thing I'm just thinking about now. Dude, the players on the New England Patriots were so disciplined. And like, you had to be on those teams. And it was kind of Bill Belichick's defenses. And I'm kind of starting to think, I'm just realizing now, Everett, like, Matt Patricia may have just had the easiest DC job ever, being the Patriots DC at that time in Brady era. That's like that's so easy to do. That's so easy. If your players don't listen to you, guess what? You have Darth Vader as your head coach, so they'll listen. Like, I'm thinking about it now. I'm just thinking now as I'm looking.
I feel like people haven't talked about Bill Belichick as much as like you would feel like they would by this point.
I think there'd be more talking about him.
I would just say, like,
Shedeur Sanders, though. I mean, they're setting up to fail Everett. They want him to die in Cleveland.
I do think that generally speaking, that is one of the biggest debuts I think we'll ever see or anticipate, is Bill Belichick's first game in college football.
Oh yeah, and I have absolutely no clue who they play to start the year. I think overall they actually have a pretty nice schedule. I'm pretty sure this season North Carolina's got a pretty light work schedule. I'd still be shocked if they went 10-2 plus. I'd be stunned if they did.
Well, if they went 10-2, they're probably in the playoffs. So,
but the way their schedule is looking, like 10-2 is not that crazy for what I'm saying. I mean, I'm not going to predict that to happen. But hey, Arizona State went on, teams could go on runs. I'll say the possibility exists for a Bill Belichick playoff appearance year one. That'd be the funniest shit. North Carolina playoffs year one. I mean, I'm rooting for that now. I hope that happens. That would just be too much content for this podcast. Oh my God. But yeah, Matt Patricia, I am, concerned. First time calling plays for a college team. So I'm concerned about that. But the bigger concern I have is Brian Hartline. He was technically co-offensive coordinator last year with Chip Kelly, but this is his first year where he's the offensive coordinator who calls plays for the football team. So this is the first time in his life that he's going to be calling plays. And I know it was a spring game, but Brian Hartline didn't look great calling plays in his debut spring game. It wasn't necessarily amazing. Now it's also a spring game, so shit. There are external factors that are there when he's calling the spring game. So sure. But yeah, I'm very concerned. This is his first time calling plays and he gets Texas round one. That's your first test as OC. Good luck. Nah, not what we want for his very first time.
Texas. Yeah. I mean, there's just a lot of going on. Like, it doesn't help that you have a first-time coordinator with a first-time quarterback, and you're playing the number one team in the country. That's just like real.
I don't think Ohio State's going to win this game. I do not think Ohio State's going to win this game. I think Texas is going to win this game. If you are a betting man out there, I think Texas is your pull. Now, if the public spread is like 85% Texas 1.5, then I'll be really hyped because we're winning out, right? But monitor that public spread, folks.
You saying to bet spread or bet money line? Both.
I would take Texas money line. However,
not spread.
Yeah, I mean, you could. Yeah, I mean, you could take the Texas plus 1.5 too, but like, I think you might as well just take that. Like, I think Texas is going to beat Ohio State. So I think you should take Texas money line. However, if right before the game happens, if like 90% of the public is on Texas minus 1.5, take Ohio State or Texas plus 1.5. You take Ohio State minus 1.5 because they're covering. If that is a 90% bets are on Tech, then Ohio State's winning.
Yeah,
that's how it works. First game of the year, the public ain't winning, Everett. Hell no. You're not starting 1-0. What the hell? What do you think this is? A charity case?
Big ask.
This is Vegas.
From Vegas.
This is Vegas. You're not starting 1-0, you dummy. What? Really thought God, what an idiot. Welcome to college football. But yeah, that was my Texas preview here. Real quick, we could just go over last couple of big time games for this week to wrap. So the next big game everyone's talking about, Clemson LSU. Right now, Clemson opening as a 4-point favorite. And I believe this game will be played in South Carolina, Clemson, Death Valley. Yeah, I think Clemson -4 is your play here. This one I could see getting ugly. I believe LSU, I don't know if it's an LSU stat or a Brian Kelly stat. But I know at least as LSU head coach, Brian Kelly has never won a season opener as LSU head coach. But I think that may actually extend back to Notre Dame a bit more too. I could be wrong. But yeah, week 1 going to Clemson. I think Clemson is one of the best teams in the country. I think Clemson is one of the best teams in the country. They got Klubnik coming back. That D line is absolutely loaded all over the place. TJ Parker and Peter Woods. And then Clemson wide receiver room is also very, very stacked. But Clemson is just their class from 2 cycles ago, who are now true juniors, redshirt sophomores, draft eligible. That was one of the best recruiting classes Dabo has ever landed. And they're all now in their draft eligible year. They all started last year. That's like people weren't really high on Clemson. They had a bunch of true sophomores, redshirt freshmen playing, but I think Clemson might win this game ugly. This one I could see Clemson winning by 17, 14 points. Yeah,
I could. Nuss busts his head.
Yeah, I think Nuss is great. It's just, dude, this Clemson defense is crazy. And they just got to go on the road. So yeah, yeah, don't love that for LSU. They should look into their scheduling in the future. Maybe cancel some of these because it's not helping them out. That's
Well, the SEC is now going to be required to play a prolific out of conference game.
Which I mean, I never thought I'd see the day. I never thought I'd see the day, but hey, they're doing it, so everyone else will follow. But it's good that they're doing that. It's better they do that than the other, which they have been doing.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing that they're doing that. But that's the main one. I guess another relatively cool one, Alabama, Florida State. Oh, goodness. I think people are gonna like Ty Simpson, what they see out of Alabama's quarterback this year. I don't think he's going to be a game breaker out in Alabama, but I think Alabama's going to have higher lows compared to when Milroe was the quarterback. So less Jalen Milroe, less Jalen Milroe lose you the game moments. But also less Jalen Milroe, holy shit, how did he just make that play moment? So just more in the middle. But I think that's good for Bama. For Bama, you want a system quarterback because the rest of the team is that great. You do want a system quarterback if you're Alabama when the rest of the pieces all fit the puzzle. That's when you want a system Q. So yeah, wouldn't be concerned there at all. But the last really big time game, there's a couple late. Utah, UCLA could be a little fun. Cal, Oregon State. But,
I mean, Notre Dame, Miami on Sunday. We're like talking the whole weekend.
Oh, that that one. Oh yeah, that's on Sunday. That's why it wasn't popping up for me. That one's very interesting. I think Notre Dame's gonna win that one quite.
You don't have faith in Carson Beck
easily, but I'm most interested to see Notre Dame's O-line against Miami's D-line. Miami's D-line should be pretty damn good this year, and it's a crystal ball line.
Also, I'm just throwing this out there.
Notre Dame should have the best O-line in the country.
There's a decent chance I think South Florida upsets Boise State on Thursday. So,
I'm with that. All right, I'll be now. UCF or USF?
USF.
Okay, I could get on. If it was UCF, I would have been like,
I ain't doing that. USF though.
USF. Okay.
In Florida too, by the way.
Okay. The other exciting matchup that I've got my eye on for this week is Auburn.
Northwestern at Tulane.
Oh well, of course that is going to be on here. But Auburn Baylor, I'm very excited for. Specifically, see what Auburn is. Remember their quarterback now. Oklahoma transfer Jackson Arnold, who things did not go well in Norman last year for Jackson Arnold. New change of scenery. He's the Auburn starting quarterback, and I think he has the best wide receiver room surrounding him in college football. Remember last year, I believe Oklahoma's 4 best wide receivers were out for the year.
Yeah.
Now, Oklahoma was awful last year. I've never heard of that ever. Your 3 best wide receivers and the best backup are all out. I've never heard of that. Like, that is truly crazy. Their 4 best wide receivers were out. That's unheard of. So, hey, Jackson Arnold has wide receivers now. That could change things, folks. He has wide receivers now. That could change things. We'll see how much it changes things.
Decision-making still is high on that list.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how much Hugh Freeze is going to be helping Jackson Arnold out when it comes to that side, the mental aspect of the game of football. But I think that's going to do the pre-show. I'm looking. Yeah,
the pre-show. The pre-show.
The
Holy
episode.
Fuck.
The
my
preview.
God, that might be a world record for a pre-show.
Preview for week 1.
Preview. There you go.
Yeah, it's honestly not the most exciting. It's not the most exciting week 1 that we've had.
TCU plays North Carolina. That's who.
Who?
Yeah, TCU plays North Carolina.
Okay, that's fun.
Yeah.
Monday night. Of course, they had to get Belichick Monday night.
Yeah.
They had to stand alone. Everybody's watching this shit.
But there was one other game that I saw that I was like, oh, that's something. Georgia Tech, Colorado.
Seen that a lot.
Symbols are back too.
Yeah, I think Georgia Tech could be a player in the ACC this year.
Gonna be nice.
I
think
Georgia Tech +5 is just
losing. Eric
you
Singleton
throw that,
is
you don't
real tough though.
Stinks. But Georgia Tech running team, Haynes King.
True. No. Yes. Then that's why he left.
Offense.
But that's why he left.
But I think still, even with that loss, I still think Georgia Tech's going to be a solid team this year. And I think Georgia Tech +5, or Georgia Tech -5. I was reading Georgia Tech -5 is your play. Cover the spread on the road. Yeah.
But I think with that, thank you guys so much for watching, listening, rate us 5 stars. You can find us on Spotify, Twitter, on Instagram at Waterboy Pod. You can follow me on Twitter at Everstakes and at Waterboy Grant. We post episodes every week on YouTube and all podcast platforms. So subscribe, turn notifications to miss a single episode. We also post exclusive content on TikTok and on Instagram as well. So make sure to check us out there so you don't miss anything else. And with that, we'll see you guys in the next episode. Waterboy's out.